Alrighty, guys, happy Monday. I've got a very, very special guest today, my good friend Johnny, absolutely fucking incredible business owner, one of the very best I know. So learned so much off you in our chats, my friend, and I'm so excited to have you on. So thank you very much. Mate, for the people who might not know a bit about you and your company, do you want to just give us a little brief overview about how you got to where you are today? Because it's a pretty special story.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, and appreciate you having me on. So my name's Johnny. I'm 34 years old, Kiwi boy living over here in Perth. We just hit 5 years in our journey here. I've had the gym's physique performance specialist, or PPS for short, for 5 years. We've grown to 4 facilities in that time. We do semi-private and one-on-one training. And prior to that, I was doing 2 years in the commercial gym, typical, renter space model. But we just wanted more, and we wanted to make more of an impact in the industry. So opened my first gym 5 years ago, and we've grown from there.
Mate, in the gym, so you worked in a commercial gym. Were you doing the semi-private model then, or was that new when you opened the clubs?
Yeah, so I was a one-on-one specialist, really. Like, I just believed heavily in delivering that personal experience. I wanted to work one-on-one with people, and it wasn't until sort of halfway through my journey in the commercial space where I started seeing the power in community-based strength training. I saw some other gyms doing it. I knew people that were doing really well with strength camps and group-based training. I wanted to run that model, but the gym I was in just didn't provide that sort of space and opportunity. And a lot of the people that would come to a commercial gym just were really intimidated by, heavy lifting and guys throwing weights around and all that sort of stuff. I could see a lot of interest, but they just weren't really ready to reach out or take that first step. So I knew that to help those people, I was going to have to open my own space and provide that sort of platform. And it's really funny because once I did, a lot of those people from that gym who was like probably too shy to even speak to me when I was working within that commercial space or train with me now in my private gym, they just felt like a private environment or a more specialized environment was going to be the right fit for them, although they clearly did want to train with me and my team.
Yeah. And mate,
does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. And I know you guys have an incredibly special community, which might be a good little follow-up exercise, follow-up podcast for us, because when we chatted about it last year, what you've done internally with your trainers and everything like that is truly incredible. But mate, so guys, what we're going to cover today, like the main reason, to be honest, why I got Johnny on is because he is an absolute weapon at Facebook ads. One of the very, very best in the world, has very unique ways that he attracts like high quality clients and high ticket clients as well. But I've got a couple of questions for you to start, because we know how difficult last year was. So, I think last year you had 3 clubs and you opened the 4th mid-year.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we opened our 4th just after the lockdown here in Perth.
Which would have been a good experience.
Yeah, it was good fun.
But mate, with everything, I know like a lot of people listening or watching along would have had a tough time last year with COVID. And what did you really learn about business last year during COVID?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot about myself and a lot about business. But probably the first thing I learned, and the first thing that comes to mind, is we just had a really, really epic team that helped us get through it. And it wasn't until you get put in times like that, where your back's up against the wall, that you see just how amazing your team is, right? And that sort of is the dividends of all the hard work we've put into our team building and training up our staff and building the bonds that we have within our community. That really showed when shit hit the fan and we had to like roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. My team, they just really stepped up. We didn't miss a beat. We just carried on like nothing was wrong, and we grew a lot stronger from it. And 12 months later, like, we're actually really grateful to have gone through that experience, because our team now and the guys that are working for me here at PPS are just almost unstoppable now.
Yeah. And it's it's a true testament, when like, I guess shit hits a fan like it does, like the true really good teams, a little bit like in sport, really step up. And it sounds like you had some really, really great leaders within your community as well.
And that's always been a big emphasis for us, is just trying to grow leaders within the community so that we can all grow together. And I mean, that helps a fitness business become more scalable, really.
Yeah. I remember like last year when we chatted, we pretty much just talked about leadership for like 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a very, very interesting conversation, which actually...
Very, very passionate about that topic, yeah.
Yeah, and it actually leads me into my next question because, you know, we have a lot of people who I connect with our programs. They have one location. And to be honest, mate, they'll dream to have, you know, 3, 4 locations like yourself. But one of the things I know that I learned my journey is the difference between wanting 1 and 3 are very different, you know, in terms of our leadership, our management routines and things. But just in your experience, what do you think the biggest difference is for you as an owner between owning one and multiple clubs?
Oh, once again, I think the biggest difference is you just need a solid team. I mean, if you've got one location, you would probably be generally the owner, the manager, the visionary, and team leader. So you can you only have to really focus on replicating yourself and getting a couple of people to follow those systems. But when it comes to owning 4 facilities, obviously now we've got 4 team leaders, 1 in each club, but then you've probably got team leaders beneath them, and then they'll grow in the leaders within their community. And then I obviously try and communicate ideally with just those team leaders, but that's also been a big learning experience for me. And like most business owners, we're all control freaks. So being able to scale and grow with that while letting the team express themselves and feel like they can add value to the community, not just being drones following an instruction manual, has also been a great learning experience. But we definitely wouldn't have 4 facilities without my partners, my teammates, the community here inside our gym. They're all just hugely supportive of us, and yeah, it's really empowering to have their backing. And with that too, I'd probably just touch on one other lesson from COVID, along with the community and the leadership for anyone listening out there, was your delivery model, or how you deliver your service, whether it be in person or the type of training that you deliver, whether it be strength training, HIIT training, cardio, circuits, whatever, it's all sort of irrelevant. As long as you've got the right people in your business, you soon learn that once you have to go into lockdown and train people through a computer screen, it is the leadership, it's your culture, it's your systems, and it's that community vibe that you soon find out that's really why people are with you, you know. And we'd have people logging on for sessions just to chat to us and just to still feel like they're connected with us, not necessarily to do squat, bench, and deadlift and anything like that. So those lessons really do tie in together with each other.
Yeah, and I found that, like, because
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does, man.
Yeah.
And you know, I think I've seen, you know, hundreds of gyms and how they've bounced back from COVID. And I know, you know, we all everyone preaches our community's so great and things like that.
Yeah.
But you really, for many years, that wasn't actually tested because it was all really good and smooth. When it was a really good sign that, you know, the gyms actually had amazing community, amazing coaches, and really good connection, bounced back a lot faster through COVID, and it didn't affect them as much. So I think the whole fitness community kind of learn about whether that was just a thing that we say, we have an amazing community, or whether we're actually living and breathing it as well.
Yeah, I think one good lesson there too was, it's every gym's got community, like you said. I mean, Anytime Fitness down the road, they've got community, like everyone does. But I guess what helps gyms is when you've got leaders in your community, like not just coaches, but actual members who take ownership of your club as if they own the club themselves. And one thing that's really helped us is having leaders who train within our community, people that have been with us along the journey and are just as passionate about growing our gym as I am myself, you know, which has definitely helped us.
Yeah, 100%. Mate, let's dive into the exciting stuff, hey? The Facebook ads.
Yeah, man.
So, mate, tell us a little bit about, because, you know, you do ads differently to most people, which is absolutely incredible. Tell me a bit about, you know, your belief on Facebook ads and, you know, why you guys do it so well to actually be able to have, you know, 4 clubs that are all very busy with, you know, the help of Facebook and Instagram ads.
Well, I think first off, one thing that probably helps us is just being really clear on who we are, why we're even here in the fitness industry, and who we're trying to help. You know, we're really passionate about helping the non-gym person, right? So we can get our message and articulate it. So when we speak to people through our Facebook marketing, Sally, Joe, or Jimmy, when they see that ad, they feel like I'm talking to them. They feel like they are in that ad, you know? And then outside of that, because we have so many leaders in our community and so many people that train with us that are so passionate about what we do, because they are the right fit for our gym, we're able to use them in our marketing. You know, we make our marketing not about us, how jacked we are as coaches or how strong we are. We make it about the people, you know, and their experience, which I think is just amazing, because people, when they see our ads, they feel like they can already see, feel, and even smell what it's like to train in our gym, because the videos, the testimonials, the content speaks to them as a person, and they can see what it's like already to be on the other side of that lens. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
we're very internal and very people focused in our marketing, you know, and we're not just surface level based. We're not just looking to help people get strong because it makes them feel awesome. We're not just looking to help people lose weight on the surface level. We're looking at what sort of benefits they're going to get from that on a deeper level, and we can connect with people through that language. So our tagline is, you know, we help people boost their confidence and build self-belief through strength training. So we don't focus on smashing heavy weights. We focus on the outcome of that, which is increased confidence, being able to go to work and ask for that promotion because you believe in yourself finally, finally being able to go up and talk to that person that you've been attracted to all this time, or just sort of, you know, feeling like you can be comfortable being yourself finally. You know, it's really amazing that people can get those feelings from getting a PB in the gym. So we start from the surface level, we work deeper, and we help people feel what it's going to be like to go on that holiday, not just the surface level or the destination. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. So you've gone incredibly like deep into your niche or your avatar. Yeah. Do you have like multiple avatars, or how do you work with that?
Yeah, I mean, different age groups would have slightly different language. I mean, outcomes always similar, but if you're speaking to a 20-year-old guy and a 40-year-old guy, there's so much different language and pain points that you can hit, you know? So it's really important to show empathy and think about the person you're speaking to and what struggles they're going through. Not everyone is like us or as dedicated as us in the gym. They don't want to eat chicken and broccoli every day, you know, and train 6 days a week. They want to... They have their own commitment levels, and it's important to step out of your powerlifter or bodybuilder mindset and see and hear and feel what they want to see, hear, and feel. So, you know, your 20-year-old guy, sure, you're going to talk about the 28-day or the 90-day summer shred, you know what I mean? Because they've got that probably type of commitment level in their head, and they want that aesthetic result. But the 40-year-old, the 45-year-old dad who gets sore just picking up his kid, he wants to hear different language, and he's more mature. Maybe he's a business owner, a professional. He can understand the benefit of longer-term commitment levels. He's going to see straight through the short-term BS that's been marketed out there. You know, he knows that he's in it for the long haul. So being able to empathize and put yourself in that person's shoes helps you use the right language and ensures that your marketing money is being seen by the right people and not being wasted.
Yeah, and mate, I guess apart from reaching out to you and potentially getting some help with their ads, for, you know, people watching along or listening, would you have any tips on how they can get, you know, within the buyer's mindset of that 40-year-old father, of that, you know, 25-year-old male who just wants to get super shredded? Is there any trainings or anything you've done to really master that?
I think one thing I'm really big on, and I do this with my sales staff, is first and foremost, whenever I speak to someone on the phone to qualify them, I ask them how they found us, and if they found us through Google or whatever, like, what did you search to find us? You know, so I know what search terms they're looking for or what they're looking at on Facebook. And then I'll ask them how they were feeling at the time that they found us, how long they've been thinking about it, what sort of thoughts have been going on in their head. There's no better market research than your own consumers and the people that you're talking to, you know. So I've, you know, I'm not shy, and they're very helpful in helping me understand how they've come to find us and why they've come to find us. And I've built my market around that. You know, we had lots of success, we grew quickly, and then I started figuring out why and how, I guess, and then I doubled down on that. Outside of that, I would start internally with your own business model. Like, all of us open gyms, you know, to be a fitness business owner. Not a lot of people know why or who they want to help or what they're truly passionate about. So like a lot of Simon Sinek's readings about start with why, infinite game, and doing a bit of research on what you're actually here for will help you talk to the right person as well. So speak to your consumer and then start speaking to yourself and put that together.
Yeah, because I think you know, it's relatively, you know, easy to get a lot of leads if you want, but when you talk about a business at scale, it's better to have, 100 people with the same goals, the same values, the same beliefs, because your onboarding and your internal systems become incredibly easy, apart from having that, person who wants to get super shredded really quick, and like marathon runners and bodybuilders and people, they don't get clear on their niche. They just train everyone, which just makes business incredibly hard to manage and run. To be fair, it just becomes a nightmare.
I think for that too, you get burnout from your managers or whoever does your sales, yourself included, because you're constantly talking to people who clearly haven't got the right message, and you can't actually help. So you can see your marketing money going down the drain, and then having to spend half your day talking to these people that you can't even do anything with. So that ruins your morale or your team's morale. And then on the inside, if you're doing small group or one-on-one training, like we do groups of 6 to 8 people, we can't have groups being so small and personal. You can't have 6 people there with 6 completely different goals from different backgrounds. It's just going to be poison. It's not going to be a right mix. Our model relies on the right people being within our gym to help build those leaders so we can get through those situations we spoke about at the start of this podcast.
Yeah, 100%. And mate, with like in terms of offers, like do you like free offers, low paid offers, high ticket? How do you kind of do that?
Oh man, we've tried it all. We generally just end up with the same outcome, like you spoke about. If you get really cheap leads, that's great, but generally your cost per acquisition is going to be the same whether you get 20 leads or 5 leads. You'll probably work out net the same at the end of it all, So we generally have just sold straight into an initial 12-week program. That's been our thing. When I started 5 years ago, that was the thing. We sort of didn't deviate from that, although I know that other offers have become more popular. But the way we see it, the offers almost irrelevant. If you're putting the right content and the right market out there, you're going to just end up with the right person seeing your ads at the right time, and they'll sign up for whatever pops up, So 12 week, generally selling straight into 12 weeks being our core offer though. And most leads we get through, we just roll straight into direct debit. So we don't do a lot of trials or half price offers or free packages or anything like that. We just sell straight in, but we're able to qualify greater as well on the front end and not get put into that same competitive market as most other gyms out there, which does help.
Yeah, mate. And it sounds like you're doing like a little bit of like retargeting and a tiny bit more advanced stuff compared to, just putting up an ad, say, for example, for $21 for 21 days to, everyone within 5 pays your audience. Do you want to, I know it's going to be hard, guys. Like you might, if you want to go deeper on this, if you don't mind me saying this, guys, you might need to reach out to Johnny and potentially jump on a call, and he can show you a little bit, because he's a true master at this. But how, like running someone through to get someone from cold to warm to pay you for 12 weeks, what's kind of a rough little flow that you do on that, and a few things you're looking to, get to acquire that scale?
Yeah, sure. I mean, on the front end or the very top of any sort of funnel where you're looking to grab a large pool of people, you could even just be running some brand awareness campaigns, right? Every gym's out there marketing challenges. Why don't you just throw some stuff up and show people they actually know what you're talking about first and foremost, and create actual brand awareness, PPS, what's that? It could be any gym, right? But if people have seen us popping up every now and then with some really cool articles on body composition versus weight loss, strength training versus cardio, maybe some results and case studies, where we at least have become brand aware and people understand who we are. But they might not buy. They just thought that was cool, and they might see a little bit more throughout the weeks ahead. And then what we're able to do is then put up offers. So then people have seen us or become brand aware. Then they see we have a 12-week challenge starting in 2 weeks' time. This could be the right opportunity for them. If it's not the right opportunity, but they are now aware that we do get results and we do awesome work and we run 12-week programs, we can then retarget to that person and tell them a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why they should be with us. And eventually, and slowly but surely, we'll be able to lure them in by us just popping up constantly in their newsfeed and delivering value to them, and we'll get them at the right time. So yeah, you start with a large pool at the top of the funnel, create brand awareness, then you can nurture them through that funnel, and then eventually hit them with the offer when it's the right time for them to buy. Just like in the dating scene, it's not very often you go out on one date with a person and they become the love of your life. You do have to put a bit of groundwork in, and then slowly but surely they'll be the right person for you.
Yeah, and So
That's
guys, like,
obviously if you're after something long term that you want to work out with someone, which is what you want from your members, not something short fix.
yeah, so guys, what's really common in fitness is just to put out an ad for an offer, but with you can hear Johnny, and there's like probably a little bit made terms that you guys might not fully understand yet. You will learn that as you get a bit better with marketing. But he's moving people through, people who don't know who PPS are, and moving them down through a flow to give them videos of testimonials so they know that they get results and increases trust. Then also blogs and articles to give them results in advance and just to continue that buyer's cycle, right? So then what Johnny can do is he can create his own audiences for people who he targets for his 12-week offers or whatever it is, right? And it saves his sales team a lot of time and a lot of energy because they're not coming and going, hey, like, who the hell PPS? Like, what are you guys, right? Which a lot of people, and even in our gyms, mate, because we used to do a lot of cold audience stuff for many years, until our lead cost blew out of the roof, and we had to change to a similar model to you, a little bit different, but kind of similar. And the issues we got is people wouldn't know who we are because they just opted in on an ad, they went shopping and they forgot about it. And we want to stop that. And it's especially, Johnny, it's getting much more important now because people have so much fear with gyms and online programs that often they just don't answer your calls. They don't get back to you. They don't turn up to their consults because they just don't trust us enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, like at the PPS vision and the mark we're looking to leave on the industry is to raise the level of professionalism within the fitness industry because so many people come to us from, with battle scars from old gyms and being ripped off by challengers and trainers. So we want people to come to us and understand that we can actually get them results, we can treat them right, and it will not only help us help them, but it will help us restore their faith in the industry as a whole. So that's what sort of, that's about. And any advice to anyone out there when it comes to sort of retargeting and becoming more brand aware, man, I would just simply are you even putting up a ad to retarget people that visit your website? You know what I mean? Like put a pixel on your website, and when they click on your website and find you after 20 Google searches, suddenly they check their Facebook feed and boom, there's your face talking about you, your values, what your mission are, or Sally's testimonial from training with you. And they start to put two and two together and figure out that, you could be the right fit for them, people that jump on your Facebook and Instagram, what then will happen? What are the next steps will happen after that? Will they start seeing testimonial videos, case studies, and you talking to them through the screen? How will you stay relevant to the consumer?
Yeah, and so guys, when you're first learning this stuff, like Johnny, how long have you been doing Facebook ads for, my friend?
So 5 years now, yeah.
Yeah, so mate, when you learn this stuff at the start, like it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to learn how to do this. So, guys, if this kind of resonated with you a little bit, feel free to reach out to Johnny or myself. I can connect you up, Johnny, on all social platforms. But mate, where would be the best place to maybe connect with you if they wanted to ask any questions off the back?
Oh man, just through Facebook, Johnny Allen Howes, one of those guys with two last names, or on Instagram at Johnny PPS Gyms. But yeah, there's some really, really simple things you can set up because one thing I would say, if people start searching gyms and find you, or they find you or see your ads for 12-week challenges or whatever, then Facebook knows what they're looking for, and they're going to send them ads and stuff from every other gym as well. So once Facebook knows that you want to transform your body, every other gym is going to start popping up on your feed. So if you don't get that first sale, you need to figure out ways to stay top of mind and how to nurture them and become the person that stands out and restores their trust in the industry.
Yeah, 100%. And guys, this type of model, just straight up, it makes, sales incredibly easy. Obviously sales are still always a little bit difficult, but
for sure.
Makes most of the sale, relatively easy, where you're not selling to cold traffic, which is incredibly common. And it makes it really tough. And as Johnny said, super draining selling to cold traffic and, not the right person within your location. Yeah. Just takes it out of you, mate, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it does. And everyone knows in this group, everyone will know they've got like a better model than some of the other gyms out there. But no one's going to believe you when you tell them that on the other end of the phone. They have to see, they have to hear it and feel it from people just like them, So I just think it's just so important to get really clear on who your brand is and who you're trying to help. Put that message out there as many ways as possible and make your life a lot easier. A lot of people in this group will be amazing coaches and maybe not the best at sales, but you can make your life easier with the right messaging.
100%. Mate, so thank you so much for coming on. I think we got a few follow-up episodes to do when I can grab a moment of your time for sure. Some very
more than happy, man. More than happy.
We breach. So, mate, thank you so much. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Johnny directly, or you can reach out to me on any of my social platforms. And I've got, Johnny's best contact details and stuff like that. Mate, thank you so much for coming on. You have a fantastic day.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Cheers.